this is a pizza. Now, how do you normally cut a pizza? Well, you start from here, go till the center, and then again come back to the edge. So this is how you normally cut a slice of a pizza. And what do you get? This is what you get. Now this region, which is enclosed by the two radii. Radii is the plural of radius, and an arc of the circle. This is an arc, as we have already learned. This region is known as a sector of the circle. So this is a sector of the circle. It is enclosed between two radii, which is the plural of radius, and an arc of the circle. This is a sector. Now what about this part? Even this is enclosed between these two radii and this arc. So even this is a sector. So this is a sector. Even this is a sector. Now the smaller one is known as the minor sector, and the larger one is known as the major sector. So the small slice which you had cut is known as the minor sector, and the bigger portion which is left behind is called the major sector. So any two radii of a circle divide the circle into two regions, the minor sector and the major sector. Now, is this also a sector? Is this region? Is this a sector? Well, a sector is a region between an arc. So yes, we have an arc here and two radii. Is this a radius of a circle? Well, no. It does not extend till the center O. So this is not a radius of a circle. Even this is not a radius of the circle. So this part is not called a sector. A sector will be enclosed between two radii and an arc. Now the angle subtended by an arc of a circle, the angle subtended by an arc of the circle at the center of the circle is called the central angle. What does it mean? Well, consider this arc of the circle, and this is the center of the circle. Now, this arc subtends an angle, that is, it makes this angle at the center. So this angle is called the central angle for this arc. What about this arc? This major arc? If we look at the center, then this arc subtends this angle at the center. So this is the central angle for this major arc. Now we all love cakes, don't we? How do we cut cakes? Again, we cut cakes into sectors. Now if you consider this minor arc AB, then this angle theta is the central angle subtended by minor arc AB at the center. So theta is the angle subtended by arc AB. Now what is left behind is the major arc ACB, the major arc ACB. Even this subtends an angle at the center. Now we know that angle subtended by arc AB is theta. So what will be the measure of this angle? Well, this entire thing is 360 degree. And this is theta. So this angle subtended by arc ACB will be 360 degree minus theta. So if this is theta, this will be 360 degree minus theta. So if we know any one of the two central angles, we can find the other one, because we know that this sum is 360 degree. Now can you solve this question here? Find the central angle for arc BCA given that theta is 45 degree. So we need to find the central angle for arc BCA. First let us find which is arc BCA. So this is B, this is A, and point C is here. So we are referring to the major arc, that is this arc BCA, and we need to find the central angle, that is this angle. We know that theta is equal to 45 degree. So this angle will be 360 degree minus theta, which is equal to 360 degree minus 45 degree, which is equal to 315 degree. So the central angle for this arc BCA is 315 degree. Now 360 divided by 2 is 180 degree. So 180 degree is the half of 360 degree. So we can say that if the central angle is 180 degree, then the other central angle will also be 180 degree. So if the central angle is 180 degree, then it divides the circle into two equal parts and we get a semicircle. So if the central angle is 180 degree, we get a semicircle. Also 360 divided by 4 is 90 degree. So if the central angle is 90 degree, we can say that it is 1/4 of a circle, also known as a quadrant. So if the central angle is 90 degree, then the sector is known as a quadrant. It has a special name. If the central angle is 180 degree, then a sector is known as a semicircle. So each of these is a semicircle. So now this arc subtends angle theta at the center. Now we know that 180 degree is half of 360 degree. That is, if the central angle is 180 degree, then the circle is divided into two equal parts. So we can say if the central angle theta is less than 180 degree, then what we get is a minor sector. Because it is less than half. Also, if the central angle theta, if this is greater than 180 degree, then we get major sector. So if theta is greater than 180 degree, we get a major sector. So using central angle also, we can say whether a sector is a minor sector or a major sector. If it is less than 180 degree, it is a minor sector. If it is greater than 180 degree, it is a major sector.